Good morning. Welcome to the Dryland Dudes YouTube channel. My name's Emery, and I am one of the Dryland Dudes. Our last name is Dudensing. We're dryland cotton and wheat farmers here in Texas. That's what we come up with the name Dryland Dudes. I'm going to plant some wheat this morning, and then I'm going to I'm going to plant some wheat this morning, and then I'm going to strip some cotton this afternoon. Keep watching. Had a good day stripping cotton yesterday. I didn't expect to yesterday afternoon. Got 2 modules done. I don't know how many acres that was, but it was a good considering I wasn't expecting us to get anything done on stripping. So this morning I'm gonna sow some wheat. I got about 60 acres, I think, down here on the other side of my parents' house, and I'm gonna try to get that knocked out this morning before the you can't see, but hydraulics is good. I'm gonna try to get that done before the humidity drops. We got a real heavy dew this morning. Everything is just saturated, so I'm gonna try to get that knocked out while it's still too humid to strip, and then hopefully time it out well where I can get this, don't drop the key, where I can get this sewed and then get the strippers cleaned off, and then maybe by that time it's perfect time to strip and I'll get it all done. So that's what they're hoping for today. It is super humid today. Stuff sticking to my wheels, so it probably doesn't bode well for the disc openers. We'll find out. Don't forget to clean your hydraulic tips. I told you one time I saw a pretty well-known YouTube farming couple hooked up to some old piece of equipment that they said had been sitting there for, I don't know how long they said, but a long time. And they just popped it in, which is crazy, because that's how the hydraulic fluid gets through your system. It's through these tips and these fittings. So why wouldn't you take the time to make sure they're clean? Okay, looks like I'm pretty good there. Just need to start hydraulics and back up a hair. Before that, I'm going to open up these. I see. So I know how far to back up. I've got plenty of grain to go for a while, but try to let this dew burn off a little bit. Also, I need to, if I get this filled, then I'll have enough to finish where I'm going. I think that's close. That ought to get me. Alright, now I gotta turn on some hydraulics. Go fill up grain. Don't forget to do this. I did that last time, which is annoying. And I've got to put this thing up. Allergies, you know? Maybe it's gotten better since I've started being around it more. I don't know. I don't want to take any chances. You got to put the hydraulics in what's called float position, which takes the pressure off so that you can take fittings off. Otherwise, you're trying to release something under pressure. It's either impossible or really hard to do. And you do that in the tractor. Now for my favorite job, facetious, is greasing. I got that much left. But don't worry, I got another tube. Time for some new grease. Luckily, it's pumping okay with it being cold. It's been in my truck overnight, so that's better than it being just outside. Back to it. Alright, one last thing to do. I'm all greased up and filled up, and ooh, it's hot in here. Alright, I'll show you. I'm going to turn the steering wheel to one side, clean out these spots. Seal under there, so I don't want to go at an angle. I just go vertical because I could damage that seal, but I do it on both sides. Right there is the seal. Grease comes out, so if I do that, I damage it. Alright, turn it the other way. I got my right rows. It's time to unfold and see how it's going to do with that moisture. I'm hoping it's not going to be too sticky. We're going to find out real soon. Remember, that's the side of that new cylinder we replaced that was bent. So far it's working really good. I wouldn't expect it to change, but let's just say it's working well. All right, so my concerns are mud buildup in between the discs. It's a little wet, but I think it'll go okay. And I also don't want mud to build up on these press wheels, because that'll change as they get, well, it'd be like I've set them deeper. If I set them deeper, that'll put more pressure on the front and make those discs ride a little deeper. So I might actually take these out some. They've got, most of them have all good pressure. So I might take these, some of these are not, where it's hard, kind of slimy a little bit where we drove. So I don't know what the right answer is. Let it go a little bit longer. It's closing the trench, it's not leaving a slice, which is what I was, one thing I was hoping it wouldn't do was just kind of slice the trench and not close it. So it is closing, but I may need to take up some down pressure. We've added a little down pressure to, if it was slicing in and not closing that trench up. We did that at one farm last year, and I've left it there since, but I'm gonna watch a little bit more, see if it picks up bad, if I need to change something. So I've been pushing these burrs a little bit. Means I got a disc that is locked down. Go ahead and get that moved out of the way. Should be easy to find. Probably a rock in there. Now maybe some mud. Just gotta be, I haven't had to do this, thankfully. Yeah, so that one's locked down. Get some mud off of this bolt. This is one of the reasons I got this tool. Try to turn it up. There's some washers back there. Don't want to lose those. Lost one right here. Yeah, if you lose those, mess up your spacing. And then this is the problem. Mud starts getting caked up in there, and there's a rock likely in here. Cotton gets caught in there. I'm trying to film this. It's kind of hard. Could be cotton stalks this time too. Nothing's easy to get to here. It's just a combination of all the things. Almost got it. Need to dig a little more. Went ahead and took the other side off. I couldn't quite get it all cleaned out very good, so surely got it now. If you don't catch that too early, you can ruin these seed tubes and other things inside of there. Can also ruin the what am I trying to say? Ruin the bearing in these discs. All right, just like that. One more. check, make sure it spins free. That's that. Well, I'm out here, check the seed tubes, make sure there's no clogs in these seed cups. And then come back and look and make sure there's no other discs that are locked down. It's still a little muddier down here in these low spot in the waterway, but everything appears to be spinning okay besides that one. That's the first one I've had, and I've been out here a couple hours, so hopefully that's, yeah, I'm just in this lowest spot, so it's just muddy. And then you get, it's running right in this bird trail, so it's just part of it. Luckily I caught it before it did anything crazy damage, so all right, back at it. Looks like lunch is here. You know, Emily made me one of my favorite meals, peanut butter and jelly. She's actually made this bread. This is some bread made with our wheat, and so she bought a mill, and we got some grain and cleaned it, and she tried sourdough. Sourdough is a little bit hard with 100% whole grain. We plant a hard red winter wheat variety, and what she found was this recipe for fresh milled flour but using hard red wheat, and so she's kind of got some inspiration back and has really crushed it on this bread. This is awesome. Normally the whole wheat, I mean, there's no regular white flour in this. This is all our flour. It either tastes like cardboard because it's real dense, or it gets dry and crumbly, and so it's not really fun to eat either. This is soft and it is awesome. So I'll post the link for the recipe down below if you're interested. And we've got some hard red wheat. We've considered trying to find a way to sell that to people. I don't really know the best way to do that, but we could sell flour also. I mean, we could mill it as well. So anyways, but pretty cool to be eating a lunch made from the same wheat that I'm planting in this field. So thank you, Emily, for being a great cook, for bringing my lunch, and thank you, Lord, for providing food for us from a seed that we put in the ground that can produce flour. It can make an awesome peanut butter and jelly. So there you go. So this, talking about this wheat, makes me think. I heard this from two totally different sources of people, from sort of people that don't communicate. So they're in different wavelengths, different circles. They said, one person said, hey, the first person, actually someone I don't know, they said, yeah, my son doesn't eat any flour from any wheat made in Texas because they spray glyphosate on their wheat. And then actually my mother-in-law had heard that somewhere similar. She said, oh, I heard something about a chemical that people are spraying on, that farmers use in Texas. She said, I'm sure that Emery doesn't do that. So I didn't get frustrated at her. I'm frustrated at the whole deal. Is what a lie. So what people don't understand is glyphosate is what Roundup is made out of, a chemical that kills everything. Some things it doesn't kill is good. We have resistance to it. But if we sprayed glyphosate on top of our wheat, it would kill the wheat. So no one can eat grain or flour from wheat that was sprayed with glyphosate. No one can, because it does not exist. It would kill the plant. And so what a lie that's being manufactured and spread. I don't know where or by who, or if it's still, maybe you've heard of it, but if you have, it is a lie. You cannot spray glyphosate on top of wheat. It would kill the plant and would not produce any grain, and so thus no flour. We spray very few chemicals on top of our wheat, and when we do, it is early in the growing season, and there's nothing that actually gets on the seed or the berries, what some people call when they're milling. So that was frustrating. And I guess there's also a bunch of stuff going on about glyphosate and stuff. I read a study that was actually in Europe that they're claiming that glyphosate runoff and things, it's contaminant because of farmers' overuse, and it's getting in causing health concerns. I can tell you that farmers are not using too much glyphosate because we have resistance, because a lot of farmers have not used enough of it, and we've trained plants to not die. I'll get back to my study. I also heard that a lot of this nutrients and chemical runoff that we get is more an issue from urban areas, from lawns. Sorry, I'm turning and I don't want to break something. From people in residential areas, because they over-apply fertilizer and chemicals like crazy, and that immediately goes into the sewer system, and so that's drainage. That's an issue. So that's one. Now, in my study, they said that yes, everybody's complaining about farmers overusing glyphosate. Well, they were saying that glyphosate also is produced from breaking down of detergents and cleaners of certain kinds, I believe is what the study said, and so that there was possibly a greater risk of glyphosate contamination from detergents and cleaning supplies that everyone's used and some industrial systems use. And so you can create a study to show probably anything that you want, but we're not spraying glyphosate on our wheat in Texas or anywhere. We spray it before we plant, maybe to kill weeds, or after it's harvested to kill weeds, but never over the plant itself. We can spray glyphosate on top of our cotton, because cotton can, it has been where it can handle Roundup. It's called Roundup Ready, and it's been a huge help for farmers, but not wheat. I've been having some fun. Got my camera to show you. I was pushing dirt, so changed those 3. Looks like I was pushing dirt there. I don't think I changed that one. Gotta check that. And then there was 4 or so over there I changed. I mean, I took apart and cleaned out, and so now I found one that the bearing was going out. I knew it was going out because when you tighten it, it still wobbles. So luckily I had an extra in the cab. Find where it is. Here it is. So new one going on. All right, much better. Now, was there one more I missed? Somewhere right in here. Yep. All right. After this, I'm gonna change the down pressure. Look what fell out of there. Right in there. It's like, I think those are just mud balls. Just rolled around, and that's crazy. I've never seen anything like that. Well, that disc is bad too, probably because of what those things. So, shucks. All right, gotta get another new disc. All right, I'm gonna loosen these. Drop this down pressure. Problem is, I'm sewing in some I don't know what I'm gonna do. Sew this and then finish. I don't know, but this is too much. Way too much. This is a total guess. 1100. I think we've done like 1250 or 13. Maybe 1150. I know I don't want to do that again. I don't want to dig all those out again. So that'll help. It's just, this is soft plowed ground, whereas everything else is just not plowed ground. So it's going in the ground too much. It's getting too much dirt in there, locking it down. So hopefully this will help. We'll find out. So far that's working. The problem here is this ground is so soft, and that down pressure, it just pushes, and there's nothing solid to sorry, hold on. There's nothing solid turn those discs, so the discs don't turn, they just drag and plow, and then that gets all that dirt built up between those disc openers, and then I get to dig it out. So this is where I've been. I mean, I believe there's plenty of moisture in there, so I don't need to go crazy with how deep I set it. So I want to get it into wet dirt, but I do not want to plow and have to clean out those disc openers. So that's what I'm trying to accomplish here. So I'm gonna go ahead and plow both sides of this waterway, and then change the settings back to where I had it, and just have to do these little short ends behind me, and then the ends, and I'll be done. Bring this back up to the higher pressure, because I gotta finish this. Just can't forget to change that back, because I still got a little bit left in the waterway, but there's no good way to do this. I'm just gonna be stranded and drive empty, double some, but just gotta do what I gotta do. All right, just this much to do in the ends, and then I can go clean the strippers. It's taking longer than I anticipated. All right, change the down pressure back. $11.50. All right, all I've got is just a small strip here along this waterway and the ends. But when I get to the end, I gotta change it back to 1500. You know, do what you gotta do. That took longer, but it's done. I gotta get it all done anyways. So now it's just later than I was hoping. So I'm gonna unhook from the grain cart and hook up to the air compressor, grab a couple tarps, see what we can do. Well, we're getting started. Nothing needed to be cleaned off. We had some pretty good winds yesterday, and probably some pretty good winds today. When it's windy, makes a bigger mess, but it also keeps your radiators and makes your radiators and such not get as dirty. So that was a good trade-off, since the sowing of wheat took me longer than anticipated. So Dad and I decided we're going to go ahead and make full baskets. So we can't make 2 rounds, but we're going to go as far as we can, and then I'll go back and catch up all those shorts that are left, since I can go either direction and he can't. That way we're not dumping as often, and maybe we can make some better, faster progress. So we'll see how that goes. We got a north wind. This is north coming this way, so Dad's going to try to put the builders on the turn row. The problem is it slopes off at some point, so then we got to be on that side. So he's probably going to put it kind of where this trailer is, and then we'll go on that side where we drive to dump. So Dad noticed some kind of leak in here, so I'm going to try to fix it. All right, we got it tightened a bunch of fittings there on that corner, some at the middle. We'll see if that stops the slow leak. Well, late start, but productive. We're gonna get, this one's gonna be a real big module. There's a couple dumps in the other one. We'll be able to finish this field tomorrow with the one that's got 2 in it, and then the next one. So made good time today. The humidity stayed up actually kind of the whole time we were stripping. So anyways, didn't strip as clean, but Dad's noticing that his batch brushes were a little bit wide. Hoping we weren't gonna have to adjust anything. It's just not stripping as clean with the humidity higher, and then also his that gap being too wide between the bats and brushes. It just with some smaller cotton, it's not stripping as clean. So we're going to move those in real fast while this is trumping. So Dad's bats and brushes, these are from last season. We did replace. Hope we didn't have to do anything to them, but this gap is just getting a little big because these bats and stuff start wearing out. Got that job done. Dad's gonna go turn off the builder. I'm gonna go get the tarp unrolled, move the chopper. We're gonna get that tarp. We're going home. Got his bats and brushes adjusted. Hoping we can make it. We've got just a little bit left here. 2 more farms, 150, so about 250 acres or so. Hoping that we can make it with all our brushes. We'll have to do some changing, but if we do, we do. So anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. We're climbing closer to 1,000 subscribers. You could be the one. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. If you're gonna farm it.